This year is the 150th since the Salvation Army's iconic bell ringers have been stationed outside of department stores and grocery stores, like this one here in Syracuse, which participates in the organization's annual food drives. Over 2,500 families are expected to be serviced on this year's distribution day, Wednesday, December 23rd. If there's a consensus amongst professional actors that what makes a truly great performer is experience on a stage like this set here, what else might they agree on about this year's Oscars and its panel of nominees? An Oscar panel which notoriously, for the second year in a row, contains no Black Oscar nominees. What might these accomplished actors have to say about what an Oscar nomination truly means to an actor, and what it means for their career? Correctional facilities like the one behind me send the message that they reform criminals so they can return to society and lead productive lives. Why then are thousands of released citizens still paying the price of crime long after paying their debt to society? After opening up her New York campaign with a rally in New York yesterday, Democratic frontrunner and former New York Senator Hillary Clinton will campaign in Syracuse tomorrow in her quest to become the party's nominee. She'll be holding a public organizing event at the F-Shed and plans to host a roundtable discussion with local manufacturers.
We have an update on the cause of a deadly house fire on Turin Street in Rome. The fire was caused by a child. The head investigator said that a child in the home was playing with an unspecified device that caused the fire. The 7-year-old boy was alone in a room playing when the room began to fill with flames. The child's grandfather was downstairs putting another child down for a nap. He was unable to save the boy, but he and the 3-year-old survived.
Motorists in central New York may soon feel the benefits of a state overhaul of roads and infrastructure. The state budget passed last week included $27 billion set aside for infrastructure projects. That includes a $74 million replacement of a bridge on I-690 in Syracuse between Teal Avenue and Beach Street. Construction will start in 2017.
I started out like any other, I'm going to say kid, but when I was growing up, you could drink when you were 18, and we did. And the more I drank, the better I liked it, the skinnier I was. It was just a catch-22. It shames me to say these days that I would drink before I went to work in a medical office that was offering people help.
I needed something to keep me awake. I didn't know anything about Adderall besides the fact that it would keep me awake, and I needed to be awake to study for my final. The very first time was finals week freshman year. The times I did Adderall was not because I felt any type of pressure to do well in school. Okay, a little pressure, but this is self-inflicted pressure. This is because I personally want to do well in school. And sometimes, there's just not enough hours in the day. It keeps me awake when I need to study, and both times, nothing really bad has happened, so I would say why not?
In addition to amphetamines like Adderall, commonly abused prescription drugs include opiates like Vicodin and OxyContin.
You're really speeding up the slowing down process of your heart and your breathing, and you can pass right out and not wake up.
I had an employee that told me that, she's allowed to have 1 glass of red wine. They actually say in pregnancy there's something in the grapes that kind of helps the baby, I guess.
Rouse Hospital hosts early childhood development courses at the Marley Education Center.
I heard from one of our younger coworkers that she was told that a small amount of dry red wine is okay. And I thought, holy smokes, couldn't be farther from the truth.
Jim isn't fazed about the competition. He keeps zen by focusing on the traffic that the big chains bring into Armory and into his store. Even if they sell similar items, Jim gets a rush from making his own choices.
I think that, as a purchaser for a retail establishment, it's a little bit of gambling. When people do like it and things sell out, it's, you feel the same way that you would if you want maybe a little slot machine or something. Ting, 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 quarters, nickels.
Anyone can make an omelet, but we really want to do it with local ingredients, care and attention to detail.
Malt's executive chef ensures quality at every step.
I cook, I order food, I plan the menus, I come up with all the recipes, train the cooks, lots of stuff. So typically my days last about 15 or 16 hours.
I didn't think about voting during that time. It wasn't a big thing. What was my main thing was being free, staying free. People look at you different. The society looks at you different, you know? They think you're, you know, not a person, not a human being, a person without feelings or things like that. I deeply regretted my decision I made to commit a felony, and no one really cares if you are sorry or not, you know?
Lawyers say that kind of discrimination isn't exactly unwarranted.
One of the outcomes of a felony conviction is losing your right to participate in certain democratic functions, primarily voting.
It doesn't seem fair that we still are going to be here. I'm still going to live in this city. There's still going to be people running this city. There's still going to be people running this state, and these people can't vote. So county executives matter to me. The mayor run matters to me. Hopefully, the people who are voting are making right decisions.
If people get rehabilitated and they do their time and they come back out and they're productive, viable citizens, then perhaps they should be able to regain their rights.
I'm not on probation. I have a fairly good job at a university, so I can't wait to register now.